Electrocast.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
Now at McDonald's, a McDouble is $2.50, so you can get your gym gains on. Or just get lunch for only $2.50. Get more value on the under $3 menu.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
What up? It's Interview Style, where we talk about movies or whatever. Did you guys know that this summer Iris is embarking upon an Or Whatever Movies sponsored and inspired, at least a movie inspired road trip? Iris, what's up with that?
What? I didn't. So I'm going to Yosemite and then beyond. Is this what you're talking about?
Sure, but you're gonna go? You said, where did you say you were gonna go for sure?
Oh, I'm gonna go. So, okay. Yes, we're going to Astoria, Oregon.
What's in Astoria?
As far as I understand, the house, the jail, and the beach from the Goonies. One of my favorite films of all time. Our discussion for which is available at orwhatevermovies.com or wherever you get podcasts.
Do you mean Mikey and Brand's house? For the record, the jail is now the Oregon Film Museum, if you're looking for it. And there's also the Fratelli's Hideout, the restaurant, the Italian restaurant where they hide out during the fall or winter months or whatever. It's a summer place, remember?
We've got water.
Yeah. But what you need to know, Iris, is that all the rusticness, all the one-eyed williness, the look of the Goonies, that craggy coastal stuff is all south. So if you go to Astoria, which you should, you've gone too far. First, go over to Cannon Beach and other northern Oregon beaches, which are gorgeous and amazing. One of them is even featured on the Apple TV screensaver thing. It's my favorite one. That's where it's at, is the Oregon beaches. Super cool. Also, which I failed to do while in Astoria, check out Stephanie's house from Short Circuit, which is still there. And as I understand it, largely unchanged. Stephanie's house from Short Circuit sold a few years ago for like $400,000 or something. Do you know that crazy family wanted $4 million for the Breaking Bad house in New Mexico?
What? Just so that people could throw pizzas on your roof? I don't know if I'd go for that.
It's their family house, and they were like, oh, this could be good for us, but then it blew up in their faces. But if I may, I'm hitting the big ones. There's tons, obviously. You're driving through most of California. There's so much stuff. May I offer for you, and indeed for our listeners, a few other choice bits that you might consider?
Yes, but before you do, I'll just save you the time and let you know that, yes, we are going to the Burrodale Inn in Redding, California to stay at the Hobbit Hole Hotel.
Man, wasn't even on my list. Thank you for adding. I'll add that one to my next road trip.
Okay, go.
Were you to take the Sierras route, or rather behind the Sierras, which is unlikely, you could go to Alabama Hills, where they filmed part of Django, and Holes, our discussion for which is available at orwhatevermovies.com or wherever you get podcasts. Holes. That's where the lake is.
Green Lake?
Yeah, Green Lake.
Wow.
Also, if you're headed up through Central California, the Redwoods and Fern Canyon State Parks, this is south of Yosemite, is where they filmed The Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Oh, no kidding.
If you get way north of San Francisco, the Stand By Me Bridge is in Bernie.
Can you drive across it?
Nope, it's all blocked off. I don't even think you can walk across it, but you can damn sure go up and see it. And then if you go to Brownsville, nearby Bernie, you can see the town that stood in for Castle Rock. And somewhere in there was a Renaissance fair where Jerry O'Connell got super stoned on pot brownies. And little Vern, as a little kid, was running around all stoned.
Train dodge. Dig it.
If you go over to the coast, the big one is the Santa Cruz Boardwalk, or I should call it Santa Carla. Michael. The Lost Boys and what other movie?
Oh, I know it. It wasn't called Others. Doppelgangers?
Nope.
Us.
And that's all we have to say. You've seen Us or you haven't. I saw it, and it somehow pertains to the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. San Francisco has too many to name. Dirty Harry's, The Rock, of course, and Zodiac, your favorite movie.
Yeah, but can you really take like the Zodiac tour of San Francisco?
No, you can.
Sounds creepy.
That's pretty dark, right? Where you go to, this is the lakeside it looks almost entirely unchanged, where he plunged the knife into his victims and left them bound and dying.
The Fincher guided Zodiac tour of San Francisco, though.
That exists. The first place I went in London was the London Dungeon, was all the underground stuff. I went to the Clink prison. I saw the Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street exhibit. Some people are just dark like that, dude. But the most important, speaking of dark, the biggest hole in my stops or itinerary, because I've been this way a couple of times now, is Portland, Oregon. Multnomah Falls. Maybe after Yosemite it might be something of a letdown, but it's like 20 miles outside of downtown Portland. It's got a big parking lot. There's a freaking ice cream store right there, and you can see the awesome waterfall with the bridge in front of it from the freaking parking lot. That's definitely worth checking out. Inside the Columbia River Gorge, it may have been the inspiration partially for the Cars waterfall, in that it has a bridge running right through the middle of it, like in front of it. And if you're going to Multnomah, and if you're going to the Columbia River Gorge, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump from Mount Hood and the Timberline Lodge. You have the opportunity, Iris, of covering half of there's a quadfecta. What's the next one? What's 5? Penfecta? Of the Shining Overlook hotels, man. I've seen the digital Overlook Hotel in Ready Player One, as have you. You could go to the Timberline Lodge in Oregon that is the exterior. The helicopter shot coming in, it's the iconic exterior used for shooting for the Overlook Hotel in The Shining. You will also have seen the interior modeled after the Ahwahnee in Yosemite. It's unmistakable. That's 3. The other 2, you'd have to go to Elstree Studios and the set for the Overlook, which is burned down, or the Stanley Hotel, which is where I've gone in Colorado, where Stephen King stayed and where he wrote part of The Shining, and which was The Shining in his crappy miniseries remake.
Just for the record, you can do a 5-horse trifecta where you choose 5 horses. And if any of those 5 come in the first 3 places, you still win.
Palouse Falls, near the Spokane area for the Train Dreams Golden Hour stuff.
You have to go at golden hour, though, to get the full effect.
Right? And the last one that I will recommend, and it is not, because it is the location of Forks, from the Twilight movies, where the vampires live because it receives so little sunlight, like the least sunlight per year of anywhere else. But the Olympic Peninsula, no jokes, is unmatched in its scenic beauty. Awesome beaches, cool waterfalls. In the middle of it, the Hoh Rainforest, Kelly Ray broke her foot, so we couldn't actually go to it, is only a half-mile trail. The Hoh Rainforest, Olympic Peninsula is where it's at, dude.
Olympic National Park?
Yep. Goodell Creek, within that Olympic Peninsula for the War Games set.
War Games? Oh.
Well, it's where they hung out near the river when they contemplated the end of the world. If you stick to the coast, there's the Point Reyes Lighthouse where The Fog was filmed, but we're trying to keep it reasonable. You don't want to go out of your way, and unfortunately some of these might be out of your way. It's just what you're prioritizing.
In our next interview style, movie food road trip with Wesley.
Yeah. Okay, love you, bye.
Hi, I'm Sherilyn Fenn from Twin Peaks. What did you do on your last Saturday night?
Did you hear something?
Toilet paper.
There's nada. The reserves have gone dry. People are hoarding it. I should have done that.
They're all out of hand sanitizer at my Target.
Mark, when did you last watch the news?
We are getting reports of forced quarantines in China, Japan, and now Italy.
You're cutting onions in half and putting them around your apartment.
Yes, exactly. It kills the COVID.
Excuse me?
Let's go, get in.
Vamos, rápido.
Have you ever driven one of these?
Never.
I'll drive, ladies.
I've got the keys.
Excuse me, I'm lost.
I'm looking for my wife. I got turned around.
Join me, Eric Roberts, Jennifer Elise Cox, and Ed Asner for The Last Saturday Night, an Electrocast podcast. You'll love it. Electrocast.
Everyone has heard about the U.S. space program, but what is actually going on at NASA? Get the real story in 4 minutes or less with the NASA Daily Podcast from Electrocast. Join astronauts and researchers as they conduct groundbreaking experiments, work on the International Space Station, and reach for the stars. NASA Daily, your cosmic update.
Electrocast. Electrocast.